Hey y'all, we here, we here. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even do the full intro, but um should I do it? Should I not do it? Should I do it? Should I not do it? Yeah, why not? Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good? YouTube, what's good? Raider Nation. This is part two, you know what I'm saying, of the introductory presser of Clint Kubiak, who is the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. All right. Look, hey, I did part one. You know what I'm saying? And part two, I got a special guest coming in. But before we do that, you guys make sure you hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? Don't be mean. Go ahead and double tap that screen. And again, we're on our way to 1K. You know what I'm saying? So help us get along that way by hitting that subscribe button. All right. Definitely go ahead and do that. Quit playing with yourself. Go ahead and subscribe. And don't be mean. Double tap that screen. I got a special guest that's coming in. You know what I'm saying? He's on a double header. You know what I'm saying? But definitely he came in here to cook for a little bit with us and give us his Raider gospel on the Clint Kubiak. All right, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? One of my good friends, good partners. You know what I'm saying? You see him sprinkle here and there on the channel. And definitely he's always welcome here at Raider Twuan in the congregation. Angelo Raider Transplant is in the building. Good to see you, man. How you doing?
Feeling good, feeling good. You know, late at night, I'm sure there'll be people listening to us both on the replay and a few of the people that stay up late live. I guess it would be for us, for you and me, Twan. It would be, I guess, yesterday officially, right?
Yes.
Yesterday, hey, they do the press con with Clint Kubiak. He's coming in with the private plane. He's bringing in his kids. He's bringing in his wife. So yeah, man. I mean, it's something that I can't remember, and maybe you could help me out, but I can't remember a time in where a coach that just won the Super Bowl 2 days later goes to a press conference to announce that he's the new head coach of another team. In the history of the NFL, do you remember something like that ever happening?
There's a lot of firsts. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of firsts in this situation. And I think that was one thing that I didn't talk about in the last one, the last live that I did. And literally confetti drops and he jumped on he pretty much probably had one beer and jumped on a plane. Because he literally was in town like the next day.
Yep. He even talked about how he didn't get a chance to see the MVP, Kenneth Walker.
Yeah.
So on the press conference today, he said, "Hey, man, I didn't get a chance to see him. I'm hoping I get a chance to see him tomorrow at the parade, but I just want to give a shout out to my guy, Kenneth Walker." And I'm like, damn, he just left. he just like he didn't even celebrate.
Yeah, and that's that was and I think that, and this is how I'm interpreting it, because again, sometimes you got to read in between the lines on some of the things that are said, right? And I think with him, he had a situation where he, there was a short that I saw. You know what I'm saying? And I wish I clipped up everything so I could just say, but like, here goes another fact, right? He was hecka excited after the game to say that he was the Raiders coach.
Right.
So that, that kind of tells me that, it wasn't, that was genuine. Because there's no way that someone's going to be super excited, you know what I'm saying, or not excited to be the head coach, jump on a flight immediately after the Super Bowl when, look, I win the Super Bowl. Look, I might have to wake up late. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm having more drinks than I normally do. You know what I'm saying? If my lady's with me, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing a whole lot of cardio with her. You know what I'm saying? After the Super Bowl, I'm staying in bed. He literally got, and it wasn't just him. He packed up his whole family, got them dressed, and mind you, he got 4 kids.
Right.
Little kids. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think he got a teenager or something in his family. I think they all under teen. You know what I'm saying?
He's only 38, so I didn't think he'd have a teenager right now. But
he got 4 little kids, elementary school kids that probably need help getting dressed and all that. And he had them all looking right, had them all in Raider gear and all of that the next day.
Right.
And ready to go. So that I think that speaks volumes. Another thing, you talked about talked about that being a first or remembering, because again, some of this stuff, some of us remember, certain things, but some of us don't dive all the way back to remember, what I'm saying, what happened in the 70s and 80s, right? But this is another first that I think, and maybe I'm wrong, and I got a visual for it.
Yeah, to have all those legends like right there, right? They all came. Howie, Eric Allen, Jim Plunkett. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
They really pulled out all the stops for this guy, right? So I think that for this season, this is the season, and I've spoken about this before on Captain Jack show and other people's shows too. I know I've been doing a ton of the boxing shows. Boxing is just huge right now. So I've been back on that. But I've mentioned this where I was saying that I felt like Spytek wasn't really in charge in his first year. He had the position, but he had to do a lot of like, all right, I'll do what Pete Carroll kind of wants on some things, because to this day, man, I look at some of the picks that he made, right? So Ashton Genty pick. Sure. No brainer if that's who the owner is telling you to get, right? Heisman Trophy winner and the whole bit. Okay, fine. Whatever. Jack Besh, though, instead of an O-line in the second round, but you go, okay, well, maybe they had a plan because maybe they were going to get rid of Jacoby Myers eventually. Right? Yeah. Okay, sure. All right. I'll buy into this. I'll buy into all of this so far. Darian Porter, though, right? And then for Darian Porter to not even be the guy, they ended up getting Kai Blue Kelly, right? Like, so
yeah.
So now that starts to get weird. Caleb Rogers and Grant, maybe they'll be good, maybe they won't. I guess we'll find out. But then as you go down the line, like I felt like he wasn't all the way in control. And I think on this one, him and Tom Brady kind of was like, look, we got to put a stamp on this. This has got to be us. Like, this has got to be our thing, right? So the fact that Spytek, who is the general manager, he says, hey, you got to put the blame on me. It's my show. I think he had a lot to do with saying, all right, man, let's get all the guys to come out. Rich Gannon, right? Like any alumni and every alumni that wants to come here and support all of this, please come out and welcome our new coach. So it definitely gave you a different feeling of this isn't an Antonio Pierce. Hey, the fans and the players wanted this guy, right? This isn't a Pete Carroll band-aid of, oh, oops, we missed on Ben Johnson, and I guess this is all who we got left, right? This certainly isn't well, John Gruden email, damn, well, we got to get somebody, so why don't we give Josh McDaniel a try, right? Like, it doesn't feel like that. This feels like hey, we feel really good about this 38-year-old young rookie head coach, but we feel like this is the guy that maybe could be the person that we can grow with towards the future. So I think that picture shows a lot in terms of the Raiders, the organization, wanting to welcome, the Kubiak family, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the same token, I thought it was very interesting that Clint specifically kept talking about the Raider way, the old way. Like it was almost like he was paying homage to it because he got to watch his dad compete against the Raiders all the time, right? And again, if the fact that this is a guy who grew up in the game. Okay, his freaking dad, dude, was a quarterback and was the backup to John Elway. Then became a quarterback coach. Won 3 Super Bowls as the offensive coordinator. Wins a Super Bowl as the head coach. Right? Had the final 2 winning seasons he had, I think, with the Texans. Like he did a lot of things. Like the guy, no wonder his one of his sons right now is the offensive coordinator for the 49ers. The other son is the head coach right now for the Raiders. And then the other son is a scout for the Dallas Cowboys. Right.
Yeah,
so all of his kids are on it. Right. So the Kubiak family is it's a very well-educated family when it comes to just the NFL. And I get the feeling that Clint, being 38, I think he resonates with the legends. He understands who Jim Plunkett is. He understands how he logged. He gets it. He gets the job that he has that's kind of bestowed upon him, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I did feel that he was trying to today he was trying to be more like, hey, let me introduce myself to you guys. And I know all about,
because we don't know him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, really, the only thing that we know is that he's Kubiak's son. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that by chance that his offense has been successful in most of the stops that he's been in. You know what I'm saying? The Saints had a good offense when he was there. You know what I'm saying? Obviously the Seahawks went to the Super Bowl with that offense. So, that's what we know of Kubiak. But what do we really know about this guy?
Right. And I mean, we can either go off of what a lot of the people around the league have been saying about him, which has all been good things, right? We can go off of what Tom Brady and what Spytek saying, like they just fell in love with this guy, the way he thinks, right? And let's not forget, again, I was telling you that if this big swing for us works out, let's not forget, man, Sean McVay he never even got to be an offensive coordinator. He just went from assistant to head coach.
Yeah.
But they just felt like he was this genius. And then now we talk about the McVay tree, right? Look at all the people that came out of the McVay tree. LaFleur, Mike McDaniel, right? But I mean, again, he was just like where Kubiak is now. Okay. The difference is with Kubiak, he's actually not only proven to have had a dad who's won several Super Bowls, so he knows what that feels like as a kid, but he just did it himself. And it's one of the first few combinations of a father and a son winning Super Bowls, right? So I think that's pretty cool. The way he was talking today, it certainly felt like he was commanding the room, but in his he has a very calm demeanor, right? Like you could tell he's not trying to flex, but he sort of is flexing. He's not trying, but he's not trying to. He's just being like, "Hey, man, you
kind of
know."
kind of like the Batman situation where Batman's like super chill.
Right,
But he
right,
has all these gadgets that, you know what I'm saying? It's like
right,
he kind of has that Batman vibe to me.
right.
That's what I kind of got from him. Is like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know,
He's just very chill, right? Very. I mean, all about Christianity, all about
yeah,
just big time with the family, right? He made that really clear. That's the most important thing to him is his wife and the kids, and I feel like the organization is welcoming a genius type mind, right? Now, when we're talking about just X's and O's, which by the way, during the press conference, he kept saying it's not about the X's and O's. He kept saying it's about the attitude that the players have to embrace. And even when they asked him about Ashton Genty, he had said, I think it's going to be important. He was basically saying it like this. I'm messing it up, but he essentially was saying while Ashton Genty was in the room, he sounded like how he would sound in a coaching room, where he was saying, well, what Ashton has to realize is that it's not about one player, that it's actually about the entire team, that the O line's got to do their job and the wide receivers got to block. And we got to make sure that the quarterback understands the play so that we can run play action. And it was almost like he was already talking it through where he was building a principle. He was essentially saying, our team will not win because of one individual person, whether that's Max Crosby or Brock Bowers or Ashton Denty or Fernando Mendoza. Like, none of that matters. The only thing that matters is grit, attitude, and like that whole let's have a moving forward to win as a team. So, you
I,
know,
I think he also, you know what I'm saying, and I agree with everything you're saying because I think he also was wiping the sweat off of Genty's brow. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Even in the same way of saying all those the same things he was saying, but in this text of, Genty, don't feel bad. You know what I'm saying? That you didn't have the successful season that you should have had. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying? I think Ashton Genty should have been offensive rookie of the year. The way that, you know what I'm saying, if we had a competent offensive line. So he was like telling them, like, hey, it wasn't all on you. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't all your fault that you weren't successful, but it takes other people around you to be successful. So that's the other, like, you're good. You're him. You know what I'm saying? You're him. Let's try to figure out, you know what I'm saying, everything else around it. And I think even with what you said, I agree with everything you said and everything that he said. I believe that it really isn't about X's and O's. And people trip out about, like, what are you talking about, Twuan? It must be too late to be talking about that. I believe that he believes that no matter what he calls, it's going to be a good play. But it all comes down to the pieces believing that it's going to be a good play. Because if you believe that it's going to be a good play, then it's going to be executed properly. If you
right,
don't believe, then you're going to half-ass it.
right,
So that's why I think it's important. That's why he was like, it's all about, it's all about the person. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the person. Because again, I don't think he'll ever call anything that ain't gonna be, you know what I'm saying, that ain't gonna be a good play.
right, right,
That's his job. He's
right,
he's the offensive coordinator, and even further, he's the head coach. He's gonna make sure whatever gets called through those headphones, you know what I'm saying, is called properly. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And okay, I think we need to pass the ball. I think this is the best play against cover 3. We're gonna run this. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's going to do. But he needs the players in between these ears to believe that whatever's being called by the quarterback, you know what I'm saying, through the headphones, that's going to work every single time. That, okay, we're going to run, stretch to the right, and Genty's going to bust it for a touchdown. Every time we run that play, we're thinking that Genty's going to bust it for a touchdown. That's
Right.
the mentality. So I think that's what he was also coaching along with that. So there's a whole lot of things in regard, in those small words that he's saying, because again, he's not up there excited like, saying that
Right.
like me, like
He
this.
yeah, no,
He's just
he wasn't doing the Pete Carroll at all, like, "Oh, I'm so pumped up about it." He was just being very even keel. He also really kept making it a point, if you really like, you guys could rewatch, the press conference, but he kept saying how what it doesn't matter who the person is that's turning into play, because whatever our play call is actually a team effort, from the
mhm,
running backs coach to the quarterback coach to the O-line coach. And he made it it's almost like he's already teaching everybody that the team is all accountable. Like, we're all going to be accountable, and it's not just going to be, well, it's my call. Like, it can be my call, but we're all going to be a part of this call. And I think that was really interesting. Um, I also found it super interesting again that we don't have. I don't know who our OC is going to be. The guess is that the OC is going to be the QB coach of the Seahawks. Apparently, I don't know though. We'll see. People are going to need to sign contracts before we really find out, right?
I
And then the O line coach, they're saying, might be the O line coach of the Seahawks also. But I
uh
don't know, man. I mean, I guess we'll see. We'll find out.
it,
Um,
it's
it-
it's going to be tough because they're all those guys they're under contract with the Seahawks. So there's certain ways that you can maneuver it. Of course, they have to sign off like, okay, we're just going to let this guy go. But the Seahawks technically they have the right to keep that guy unless he's getting something like a promotion. So the quarterback's coach, if he becomes an OC with us, that's a promotion. So what I'm saying, that's how you can take him. Now the if they take the O line coach, they would have to give him an assistant to what I'm saying, like a step up from what he
right.
gets, because it can't be a lateral.
It
You know
can't
what I'm
be a
saying?
lateral. It always has to be.
It
Yeah.
can't. Yeah,
So there's the staffing part, which we waited all the way until the end. So it'll be
that's the
interesting to see how it's staffed. And then the other thing is the defensive coordinator, right? So everybody keeps talking about Schwartz from the Browns. It's going to be Schwartz. But I don't know, Twan. I mean, Sean McDermott's still out there, former head coach of the Bills, right? There's a lot of other names out there. I mean, heck, if you're giving Frank Reich a job to be an OC, I forgot which team grabbed him, but he's back, right? Nathaniel Hackett just got a job.
yeah.
And if he's back, right, then I don't know. I mean, so it'll be interesting to see how they put it together. I know that he's got to do the parade later today, but then he says he's going to get right back into the Vegas
Yeah.
to get going.
He's doing a
Um,
turnaround.
yeah, and then there's the evals, man. I mean, this is his team now, right? So he's the head coach. He's the head coach for 5 years. He's got to build a staff, but will he take Fernando Mendoza? Right? Is Fernando Mendoza the guy? Because we could break down how, okay, sure, new head coach, new quarterback. That's usually how it goes, but we're also knowing for a fact that the 2027 draft is going to have so many quarterbacks coming out of it that maybe the number 15 pick of the 2027 draft might be better than what Fernando Mendoza is, right? Like, we don't know. So really, there's going to be a lot. There's definitely going to be a lot going into play heading into the 2026 season. And then the big elephant in the room, man, I hear it. I see the headline almost every time I go on check out what's going on with the news is Max Crosby. Max Crosby's disgruntled. Max Crosby doesn't really want to be here. Max Crosby told Tom Brady, I'll never play for a Raider again. And maybe that's shit's all true, Twan. I don't know. What I do know are these are the facts, ladies and gentlemen. Max Crosby has been great. He has done the best that he can for what he's got. He's also our highest paid player up to this point, and he is 29 years old. So at 29, coming off of recovering off another injury, best guess is that Max Crosby will probably continue to play amazing like a Myles Garrett, right? Or, or as they were saying, like the Micah Parsons, right? But Twuan, let's be honest. If the Dallas Cowboys want, let's say, Max right now, and they said, we will give you our 2 picks this year, and we'll give you something else for next year, and we'll give you a player. I mean, do you say no? You know what I mean? When you already know you're just trying to build your team again. Anyways, do you say no to that? You just say, bye, Max. Thanks for the memories. Right?
Once a Raider, always a Raider.
Hey, man, he's welcome back anytime. He's what?
But you know what? Let me say this, because I was going to do I still might do a whole nother live on this, but I'm tired of Max. And it's not necessarily that I'm tired of Max's play. I'm tired of his antics. I'm tired of the noise. That he already knows that he's a polarizing guy. Right? There's no need to make extra noise. You know what I'm saying? And be on trampolines, and you know what I'm saying? How did all of a sudden Jay Glazer, you know what I'm saying, and all these other people get that you don't want to be with the Raiders? They had to get it from someone. So you might be saying something, or some people close to you that you think is cool is leaking what you really thinking. And with all these takes, I think where there's smoke, there's fire.
Right.
And I don't want to take another person's word, take it from the horse's mouth, you know what I'm saying? But you're not making it easy.
Right.
We're already in a position where, yes, I would love to keep Max, but if I got to deal with this every season, you know what I'm saying, or every year where you get disgruntled and you get an attitude and you want to, then I'll take those 3 first picks, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and keep it moving.
Right.
Because and let me say this, because he and some people don't realize this, but he has ties to a basketball player that has the same attitude. He loves this one basketball player that has the same attitude.
You talking about LeBron?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
Oh, you're talking about Kobe?
Not at all. You way off.
Yeah, no, because I'm trying to think. He always talks about the Mamba mentality. And then when you were saying
it's not even a Laker.
Okay.
It's somebody in LA, or used to be in LA.
He has ties to him, like James Harden or something crazy.
Ding 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 ding. His favorite player is James Harden. And what is James Harden's attitude? Right. When things get tough, let me get out of here. Let me go with another team. Oh, I'm disgruntled over here in Houston. I'm disgruntled over here in OKC. I'm disgruntled over here with the Clippers. Always in the news.
Right. You see,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I understand.
And that mentality, it ain't gonna work, especially right now, because he's not in a position where picks have dried up for him. You know what I'm saying? There was a time where picks weren't good. If at certain parts of the season you can't trade someone and you ain't gonna get a lot for it. But right now, yeah, we can get two firsts this year and the first next year.
Right. I think where I'm at with Max though is that I understand where he's coming from in terms of the frustration, right? So this is a guy who
Yeah,
got
I
drafted in
see both sides
Oakland,
of it.
right? He got drafted in Oakland, and since coming to Vegas, he is literally now he's going on his 6th head coach. That's 6 different regimes in where all he's ever done is consistently do his best to get better in the defensive side of the football to the
Mm,
point where he's literally, other than Miles Garrett, is probably the 2nd or 3rd best edge in the entire game. So it's kind of like being, I don't know, if you were Michael Jordan in the shittiest team in the world, I guess, that kept switching coaches, right? Like I can understand where his frustration is. At the same time, what I'll say is it's decision time for him. At 29 years old, he needs to decide. Do you want to one more time believe in Brady, Spytek, Mark Davis, and say, I will help build this new thing with Clint Kubiak, in where I'll continue to just be the player. I'll do what I do, kind of like Myles Garrett and the Browns. I'm gonna do what I do, and let's see where this ride takes me. Because I'm saying this because Max, if you're listening, you built a lot of stuff here in Las Vegas,
mm,
right? You got ties to the community, man. Uncle Dana's right here with you, right? Like you got a lot of people that you're connected to. So do you really want to leave? Like, I understand winning is important, but um, you've always said Max Crosby's words are, it's gonna count for me more when I win because I helped build it. Well, if you do get traded, which is the noise that Jay Glazer and all these other guys are saying, and you get traded, let's say whether it's the Detroit Lions or the Dallas Cowboys, you'll make it. Yeah. You'll and we and Raider Nation will be happy for you. We'll be like, hey man, you totally deserve, you should have been in the playoffs years ago. So congratulations. We're glad you made it. But are you gonna feel a little bit like Kevin Durant though? You know what I mean? Like you didn't
mm.
really build the team. Like to this day, Kevin Durant's awesome. But everybody knows, well, if you never went to the Warriors, though, maybe you'd be one of the guys that never really won one on your own, right? You had to go to someone else, and so really, that's the decision time for him. Twuan is he needs to decide: does he want to continue to build the legacy that he's built here in the community he's already built here, and like you said, once a Raider, always a Raider, but really do it, really, because look at Khalil Mack. When Khalil Mack got traded, I'm not sure, but did he win a Super Bowl by being traded? He didn't, right, Twuan? He got traded though, right? And thanks for the trade back. But I'm just saying, like, so
Yeah.
what's Khalil Mack going to be most known for?
Being a Raider.
Right. But I mean, he didn't really like if he didn't win any Super Bowls and he didn't help that team win a Super Bowl, right? So I'm just saying, Max, look, hey, like I said, I'm not going to be mad if that's what ends up happening because whoever forces the issue, and if somebody wants to give us what they keep calling it, the Micah Parsons, at the very least, the Micah Parsons trade. Well, the Micah Parsons trade was 2 first-round picks and Kenny Clark, who, by the way, played hella good. So if you're telling me that the Dallas Cowboys is willing to give us 2 first-round picks, and I don't think they'd want to give us their pick for next year because their pick for next year is the Jets pick, bro. They're getting no, it's the Packers pick, right? So it's the Packers pick for 2027. So maybe they will. I don't know, but I don't think they would. They're picking number 12 this year and number, I think, 22. So if they're willing to give us the number 12, number 22 pick and something else for next year, maybe the second round and a player, I mean, shit, man. Like you're telling me we get a chance to revamp the Raiders team this year with 3 first-round picks? I mean, I'm just saying, I guess if we really want to try to take a shot at an edge, there's a couple of good edges.
A whole lot. There's a
right?
whole lot, and the defense. And I know you looked at the draft.
The trenches, yeah.
It's a defensive draft. You know what I'm saying?
The trenches are looking pretty good. When you got people like TJ Parker and Peter Woods all falling in the bottom 20 to the 30. No, picks
Yeah,
20 through 30. Oh my God,
yeah.
dude. I'm like, geez,
And they talking about Lee Hunter might slip into the second round, and we might be able to pull the trigger on him.
that's crazy.
Like
That's crazy.
there's so many guys
I mean,
defensively, and we
honestly,
just talking about D line alone. We haven't even got into the
no,
linebackers
no, but if
and all that, man.
no,
I'm telling you,
but if you really want to get into it, right? Like think about this, Twan. If we got Dallas's number 12th pick, you know who they're saying might fall down that low? Is Caleb Downs, dude. I'm like, the safety from Ohio State, that guy might be the best player in the whole draft. He's gonna drop all the way to 12. That's crazy. But we could use the safety. Last time I checked,
yeah, because Pall Mall ain't it.
Oh, so like I said, like I wouldn't, if we're rebuilding anyways and we're starting with Fernando Mendoza and a new coach, then yeah, there's so many, from O line. There's so many O lines. Are you telling me that if we got the 22nd pick, we couldn't get someone like Caden Proctor at 22, bro? I mean, like, think about that. Think about that if Max really wanted to leave, and what we end up getting out of it is we take Fernando Mendoza as the first pick, but then Caleb Downs at number 12, and then Caden Proctor at number 22. Bro, we just got a future left tackle that's a day one left guard and a starting safety right off the bat with the quarterback that we're going to groom. And all of them are first round rookie contracts. I mean, if you're trying to rebuild a team,
cheap labor,
that's not bad. It's not bad, right? Again, though, I understand why people might be mad at the idea, because Max Crosby's already there. Maybe we should do more to surround him. So I understand your point too. Yeah. I understand your point too.
No, I say it on both. I say it on both sides. Like I want to build around Max and actually really commit, because we have to do that now. We have to. We can't wait on it. There's no, like, we've got to get help for Max. We need someone on the opposite side of Max, and we need someone to step up in the middle of the middle of that line for us on the D line to make Max happy. We know that the way that the draft is going, and it seems like the hypothetical is that Fernando's going to be number 1, but number 2, second round, it needs to be D line.
Right.
Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? Or we need
O-line. We definitely need O-line.
I'm thinking about O-line in free agency. I think we can tackle that in free agency. We might even I haven't even looked at the market at D-line. You know what I'm saying? If we need to bring in a D lineman, you know what I'm saying? That to start. But we got to either commit around Max or get Max's capital and build for our team, because there's really no excuse with all the picks that we have and all the money that we have that we don't come out and at least try to make Max happy with a pick, and you know what I'm saying, get everything else that we need.
Well, then the other thing too that you have to think about is it Fernando Mendoza or not? Because if Spytek is the whiz kid that they say he is as a GM,
that's capital.
Right, that you need to think about the fact that next 2027 you got Arch Manning coming out and a whole bunch of other people coming out too, right, on top of Arch Manning. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, that's what I'm saying is it Fernando now, or if somebody is crazy enough to be like, hey man, we'll give you 3 first round picks, because like Arizona might be that crazy, right? They might be like, hey, listen, we want to move on from Kyler Murray. We'd like to give you 3 first round picks and whatever, something else or whatnot, right?
I would take the Jets.
Well, I just, that's the thing is, I think the Jets will not do it. I know everybody keeps saying that the Jets might, but I'm like, no, because if you're Aaron Glenn and the GM and you're not trying to get fired, and you have an opportunity to because of all your, remember, the Jets have 3 first-round picks in 2027 too. So why would they give up their
They
first-round picks this year? They have 2 of them this
they
year.
have a second and a 16th.
Yeah.
That's why I love it, because I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
you tell me we can get the number 2.
I don't think they're going to do it.
You know what I'm saying? Get Ruben Bain, and then turn around in 16 and get you know what I'm saying? Like there goes our hey, you wanna make Max happy? Get Ruben Bain, and at 16 go ahead and get Peter Woods and really make it nasty on that line.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is I really think it's wishful thinking. I don't think the Jets are that stupid. I think the Jets are like, you know what? We're going to wait. We have 3 first-round picks in 2027. We could literally use that to trade up if we really want to go get Arch Manning or whoever it's going to be. So we don't need to go spend any more capital this year on a quarterback. What I can see them doing is they could sit there and it could be like maybe the Cardinals want to move up one, because they're picking 3. And the Cardinals are like, we're trying to get rid of Kyler Murray. So how about you take Kyler Murray, we'll switch, and we'll give you blank 2. And the Jets might be like, done, right? Or honestly, though, Twuan, I could totally see the Jets just sitting there going, look, man, we're going to go take a shot at Mac Jones. You know, we're going to go get Kirk Cousins. There's plenty of guys. I mean, shit, man. They might be crazy enough to get Geno. I mean, I'm just saying, right? Like to them, I don't think that this is a must-win year, more so than it is you guys better not screw this up moving forward, because they got the final year. So it's like you could lose, but show us progress. And that's why I don't think Aaron Glenn and any of them, because the one thing we can say that's true, Twuan, is when you have a rookie quarterback, you're taking a gamble on either really being really bad in year 1 or being mid. But almost rarely do we ever say, like, think about it. Drake May, year 1, team did bad. Bo Nix, year 1, we could say it was kind of mid, right? They were able to make the playoffs mainly because of Sean Payton, right? Jaden Daniels is really the only one that popped off year 1. But Caleb Williams, terrible in year 1, right? So year 1 rookie quarterback. So again, like you look at our situation. So we're going to get Fernando Mendoza. If anyone in Raider Nation somehow believes that we're going to be a playoff team in 2026, you guys really need to stop drinking this terrible Kool-Aid that
I've already said that we're going to be drafted in the top 10 next year.
Right. And we should, by the way. And we should. And good for us. We should be. At the same time, I'd like to see the growth, right? Did our O-line get better? Did we fix our trenches situation? Is our defense getting better? Which is exactly why I'm saying, like, if you're Max Crosby, do you want to live like Myles Garrett? You know, hey, man, I'm going to stick it out with the Browns. They're paying me the most money. Or do you want to be like, look, I have a chance to be with the Cowboys. Maybe we'll go somewhere. I have a chance to be with Detroit. Maybe we'll go make it. You know, there's this big talk about the Rams right now, right? They're saying that maybe if the Rams had Max Crosby, that they could have made it all the way to the Super Bowl. Well, guess what, Twuan? The Rams got 2 picks this year. They got the early pick, the number 13 or something like that. Or the number 14, the Falcons pick. And then they have their own pick. Shit, if you want to give us those 2 first picks this year plus something else for the following year, or what they're talking about is we get 2 first picks from the Rams plus Ernest Jones, I'll take a linebacker. Or no, it wasn't Ernest Jones. I'm sorry. Byron Young, the correct Byron Young, the
one we were supposed to draft. You talking about that one?
Right. But you know, like I wouldn't mind that either, right? But like I said, there's so many different options that I think the excitement is there, but there's a lot of questions too. So my just suggestion to Raider Nation is, man, manage your expectations. I was one of the people, did I not say, Twan, that we would win 6 games or less? I think I started with 5, right? I mean, I was the closest to being the
Yeah.
correct. I said we were going to suck this year, and that's okay. I mean, I didn't think we were going to suck so bad that we'd be the number 1 pick, but hey, whatever, right? I certainly didn't think we would suck so bad that we would fire everybody again, but hey, whatever, right? So now that we're on a brand new situation, let's just be honest with ourselves, man. Stop punishing yourselves, Raider Nation. Like, listen, new head coach is 38 years old. We don't know if he's going to be awesome or not yet. All we can do is review what we could review. So, the X's and O guys, hey, I'm with you. Do I like the play calls that he does? Yes, I do. Do I like that he uses 12 personnel a lot and he likes to use outside zone? Yes, I do. Do I like the fact that he actually understands how to use a quarterback and doesn't try to put too much on a quarterback's back? Well, you just saw what he did with Sam Darnold. Remember, Sam Darnold was the guy that was seeing ghosts, and now Sam Darnold is the hero of the Seattle Seahawks, bro.
And quiet as kept, Sam Darnold really didn't even play that well.
I mean, he did all right. He did enough. He did.
No, I'm just saying it wasn't like he had a stellar performance in the Super Bowl. It was just like, that throw could have been a little better. Okay, he did make that throw. You know what I'm saying? Like it was really, how can I say it?
He's not Josh Allen. Yeah, he's not Josh Allen.
It was kind of mid.
Yeah, he's kind of mid, right? And that's the funny thing too, right? Is it also shows you that the team dynamic, because we'll always point to the fact that in 2018, what was it? The number 1 pick was Baker Mayfield. The number 7 pick was Josh Allen or something like that. Number 32 was Lamar Jackson. Well, since 2018, Josh Rosen, I think, got picked before Sam Darnold, and Sam Darnold was number 3. Well, from 2018 to now, what have we seen? We saw Josh Allen get an MVP. We saw Lamar Jackson get 2 MVPs. We saw Baker Mayfield recreate himself, to be what he is for Tampa. And none of those guys made it to the Super Bowl. In the meantime, Sam Darnold just won the Super Bowl, bro. And he was the guy that was supposed to be terrible, the guy who was seeing ghosts, the guy who got traded to all these different places. So it just shows you again, man, that rookie quarterbacks, it takes time. And I understand we're going to live in a world. Watch, I'm telling you, the expectations are going to be so high with Raider Nation, Twan. They're going to be like, well, shit, Mike Vrabel did it, and Drake May did it in his second year, and Bo Nix did it in his second year. So at the very least, if we're getting Fernando Mendoza, then Fernando Mendoza better be a playoff guy by year 2. And in my head, I'm like, yeah, all those other teams had defenses, O-line, and already a well-established coach in Vrabel and Peyton. You're right. They're saying the same thing about Harbaugh, right? Look at Harbaugh. Year 1, he took the Chargers to the playoffs. Year 2, he took the Chargers to the playoffs. Man, this is the expectation. It's like, guys, our expectation should be, let's find out how good Clint Kubiak is as a head coach, because he's never done it before. And let's find out how good all the other players that we're going to draft look like.
That's a scary thing, man, because the spectrum, it could be Kubiak can be Josh McDaniels, or he can be Sean McVay. That's how broad it is, right? As a head, and I'm talking about as a head coach, because everybody talking about, Josh McDaniels is a good play caller. Yeah, you can be a great play caller, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're a great coach.
Right.
So it can be Josh McDaniels, or it can be, Sean McVay.
Right.
Who's Clint Kubiak?
Right.
Only time will tell.
Yeah, we don't know. People also you'll always hear the comparisons right now, right? That Fernando Mendoza, if that is who we're going for, Fernando Mendoza is basically a better version, from what people keep saying, as Jared Goff. Well, just again, a reminder to everyone: Sean McVay was the coach. Jared Goff got in. And I think it was in his second season he went into the playoffs. Third season he took him to the Super Bowl. So, I mean, I'm just saying, like, that's going to be the expectations if we're going that way. So if we are taking Fernando Mendoza, if that's the choice, man, then we got the 4-year window of so you better really nail O-line. You better really nail coaching staff. If you're going to trade Max Crosby, then it better be because we're getting whoever, Caleb Downs and Peter Woods or whatever we're doing. But it better be to make the defense stronger, not to make them weaker. Right? And remember, Twuan, we weren't exactly even great when Gruden was around because what was that year? We had 3 first-round picks. One of them ended up in jail. One of them, got kicked out of the league for, what did Arnett do? Arnett did something, and he wasn't great. So the only person we got out of that was Josh Jacobs. Yeah, who ended up letting go anyways. So, so again, having first-round picks doesn't mean anything if we can't develop them, right? Like, we got to be able to have a culture that develops them. So that's all I'm saying, man, is stop expecting so much out of these guys. I'm going to be cool this year again, when we do our show for let's make a prediction, Angelo. I'm going to be like, we're going to lose that one.
It's so funny though. It's actually still in my studio. I still have the studio set for the prediction thing, okay. And I was like, forget it. I'm not even gonna get everybody together again to talk about how bad this team. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was just a point where I was like, dude, there's really no need to even talk about how horrible this team was because everybody's prediction is technically wrong. You know what I'm saying? But we were hecka off. I was like the polar opposite. I thought our offense was going to carry our defense, but it was actually our defense that was really carrying our offense. Yeah, it was a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, I was like, there's no need to get the band together to talk about how bad this season was. So I'll just wait until next year and maybe bring the band back together to get they 2026 predictions, but I ain't going to waste their time closing out.
Yeah, I think the fair thing for us to say is if we at least win anywhere between 4 to 6 games this next season, that would be 6 would be the high, 4 would be the low. That's fair, right? Anything above that would be like, oh my gosh, what just happened? And anything below that would be like, well, it's not like we didn't know we were rebuilding. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, but I'll tell you what, man, if we do take Fernando Mendoza this year and we still end up picking top 3, Twuan, man, what conundrum are we in, man? What if we got a chance to get Arch Manning too, dude? You know what I mean? Like, what are you going to do now?
See, but that's why I'm kind of like, I'm not sure about Mendoza. Because again, we're gonna be in the. I'm thinking we're gonna be in the top 10 anyway, and because all those quarterbacks are coming out, Arch Manning's coming out, Dante Moore's coming out, Lenorius Sellers is coming out. Who else am I missing? Like, there's a ton.
There's
a whole bunch of quarterbacks that are like going to be first round grades. That we could be doing this, same thing. So why not, with this number 1 pick, trade back, try to see if we can get my thought was get Ruben Bain. I don't care about his short arms. I seen the multiple pass rush moves that he has. I think that will translate, especially if he's on opposite side of Max Crosby. Like, he has a couple of years until he's the Max Crosby. right? That's
So
ultimately the goal. Like you're drafting a defensive end that eventually will be the next Max Crosby, but he ain't got he can be the Robin before he becomes the Batman.
right, right. So let me give you some names, and I'll go backwards on some of the ones that are coming out, and I'll just do 10.
Okay.
DJ Lagway, Nico Vela, Jaden Maeva from USC,
Yeah,
Lenora Sellers, which you said from South Carolina, Julian Sand from Ohio State,
I forgot about him.
Brendan Sorsby from Texas Tech, Josh Hoover from Indiana, because he's going to play with Indiana now.
Okay.
Sam Levitt, who's now going to play with LSU, right?
Okay.
Arch Manning, Dante Moore. That's his 10. I'm not even mentioning some of the other ones that might come out, right? Like, and that's what I mean is what do we do? Like, that's what I keep pointing to is what do we do if we do get Fernando Mendoza and then we end up picking, like you said, in the top 10 anyways, right? So
one of those quarterbacks will land to us, just out of osmosis. Like there, somebody's going to land. One of those quarterbacks will land to us.
Right. And why would we say no to it? Right. So that's what I was saying is remember the Bryce Young trade. Somebody, the Panthers wanted Bryce Young so bad that look at all those picks they gave the Bears. And what did the Bears do with all those picks? They ended up picking number 1 anyways the following year. They grabbed Caleb Williams and they had all those picks. So the very same thing can happen to us. So guys, if you hear me and Twuan go, well, if Max got to go, then I guess Max got to go. Or, hey, man, if you want Fernando that bad, you want to give us 3 first rounds for Fernando, I guess you can have him, Like, it's not like Mac Jones can hold it down for a year or Aiden O'Connell. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like I think it's just, again, about being realistic. I honestly think, Twuan, best case scenario, and in terms of where people will get angry, but I think they'll see the long-term picture. Somebody wants Fernando bad enough that they're willing to give us 3 first rounds for him. And somebody wants Max Crosby bad enough that they're willing to give us close to 3 first rounds, or like two or like 2 first rounds and a second, or 2 first rounds and a playoff. Then that means that
in the second year, for sure.
No, I would think playoffs by 2028 for sure, because then we would have a whole bunch of rookies. You know what I mean? Right? If we have that many picks, because we would still need to get the quarterback we would still need to get the quarterback of the future, which would probably be Arch Manning the following year, and then the year after that. And if you really think about it, man, like what would be so bad?
Oh yeah, that's true. You got to wait on the quarterback.
But what would, because if I just see it the way how Sam Darnold did this year. And I'm like, if Clint Kubiak really is that good, then why couldn't Mac Jones do the same? Mac Jones might come cheap, bro. Mac Jones might, or screw it. If nobody really wants to come here, then why not Aiden on his final year, right?
I think Geno could run this offense.
Well, I don't want to pay Geno. I think if we keep him, we got to pay him $27 million. Versus if we cut him, we're going to eat 18.5. Now, the best case scenario for us is if somebody's willing to do a trade. Because if somebody's willing to do a trade, it only costs us $5 million. We're only eating $5 million, and then we're trading away 13.5. And there might be someone out there willing to take the 13.5. Plus they got to pay the rest of his year. So really, they'd have to pay $21 million for him. But Geno for $21 million, I don't know, man. There might be somebody out there willing to take a $21 million Geno Smith, because we got to eat $5 million of it anyways. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, Twuan, lots of fun stuff for sure. It's exciting times, bro. But at the same time, like I said, if you keep your expectations low, you won't get your heart broken. So, So keep your expectations low, guys.
I'm optimistic about going back to Kubiak. I think Kubiak was the better look. You know what I'm saying? I think he has um some things that I've been kind of looking for in a coach. He just based off of kind of the things he was saying. You know what I'm saying? Like the assurance of Ash and Genty. I think Genty is going to get the season that he deserved this last year. You know what I'm saying? I think Genty is going. I just say it? I think Genty is a better running back than the running backs that they had in Seattle. And
Ooh, better than Kenneth Walker,
I
bro.
think I think
Ooh.
so. I think so because and not saying that Kenneth Walker isn't a good running back. I just think that Ashton Genty, he has that break. You know what I'm saying? The broken tackle. You know what I'm saying? Ability where if Kubiak, and he has shown that he can get these running backs in space, that's a dangerous thing for Ashton Genty. I'm taking Ashton Genty over anybody one on one. Him
Yeah.
him in the Omaha drill. I'm taking Ashton Genty every time. Because
Yeah.
I've seen, that's why he over, on my channel, I call him Genty the Baptist, because he always baptizes, what I'm saying, a player in space. He's always giving somebody a stiff arm, or he's always dipping his shoulder and that player's going backwards.
Right.
You know, so that's where I'm like, I think we'll see the Kenneth Walker, you know what I'm saying, type of play, and I think even more.
Right.
And we
Well,
need to, and I think we need to also do this in the draft. We need to draft a running back.
yeah, I figured we would definitely do that, or we'd get somebody from. I mean, you got like Brees Hall's coming out, you got Kenneth Walker's a free agent, and I don't think we're going to overpay. But at the same time, if somebody wants to come here to be the 1-2 punch to Ashton Genty, it's really going to just be about the O line. At the end of the day, I want to see what they do with the O line, and the O line conversation is a real conversation, Twan. You know me and my deep dives into the trenches, bro. But they're
What's
saying,
good,
well,
bro?
they're saying, hey, what's up, Gabe? Good to see you, man. They're saying Colton Miller, right? Colton Miller will finally have a healthy year, and I'm not going to hate on Colton Miller. We still got him for 2 more years.
We
At the same time, though,
That's a
I'd
ticking time
I
bomb.
yeah, I mean, I'd really like a left tackle in the future, right? And
That's a
and that
ticking time bomb. That's
and
that he's in the same situation as all of our good players, right?
right,
Derek Carr, we didn't get a replacement for him. Max Crosby, we definitely don't got a replacement for him. You know what I'm saying? And Colton Miller, what replacement do we really have?
right,
I,
right.
I'm 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 not I'm not putting my hat down on Charles Grant.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you this, right? Again, it's going to be about the O line coaching. There's this argument that everybody will, and it's a fair argument. DJ Glaze did really well in his first year, so did he do poorly in his second year because of the coaching? Maybe, but do I really want to take a chance on that if I'm taking a rookie quarterback, or would I like to go ahead and get somebody, you know? And then there's this whole we have 100 million is what Spytech said today, right? $100 million to
Mm.
spend. So are you gonna allow the Chargers to go get Lindenbaum? Because if the Chargers get Lindenbaum and they go take someone like Caden Proctor in the first round too, bro, their O line's gonna be scary with Slater
Yeah, they've
and
already got it.
fucking Alt,
Yeah,
and you know what I mean? It's like don't let them get better. Let
because
let
didn't they
let
spend? Didn't they go first round like twice?
yeah.
O line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're a big believer in it. And with Hampton and Kamani Vidal, Bro, they have their 1-2 punch running back going into next year, both on rookie contracts, by the way. So
Yeah.
what they're going to do, the way Harbaugh likes to run it, is he's gonna. So if anything, it's like, why do we want to overpay for Lindenbaum? If for nothing else, to keep him away from going to the Chargers. That's why. But I wouldn't mind having a 25-year-old center to pair him up next to JPJ being, let's say, the left guard or the right guard, and then we go pick up someone else. And you know what I mean? Like, Caleb Rogers was a third rounder. Is he going to be good? I don't know. He played right tackle pretty much in Texas Tech anyways. So I don't know. Are we moving DJ Glaze to right guard? Are we having Caleb Rogers go to right guard? Like, what are we doing? But
Yeah.
the O line is a real conversation. It's a real conversation on how much capital, how much draft capital we're willing to spend, and who do we want to get? Who do we want to get that we're going to have to overpay for? Because trust me, Twan, if we're not overpaying for them, someone else is overpaying for them, and we're not. Now we're screwed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
And definitely the I'm already knowing that the offensive line market is going to be up there. But again, we're in a position where we can do that. You know what I'm saying? We can spend, you know what I'm saying, that money. And I've been saying probably since God, I don't know what week of last season, free agency. If we fix that offensive line, I think we can take care of everything else. We have all the picks in the world to do that. Obviously, we're going to pick up our quarterback. Everybody's saying we're going to do that, but you make Max happy in the second round, and then after that is whatever. Get you a running back. Get what I'm saying. Get you a safety. Get you a linebacker. Please get you a linebacker, because there's a lot of good linebackers that are coming out. Gold Day and a bunch of other guys. I don't have the names right now on top of my head, and my handy dandy notebook is in my other office. But yeah, man, there's a whole bunch of guys that we can get running backs. Get them. Get one, because definitely he's not going to be a starter for us. Obviously, Genty's going to get the lion's share of run, but why not? I'll say this: if we go with who's the Fernando? I'm like, why am I drawing a blank on who the quarterback is? Right. If we go with Mendoza, why not go ahead and see if we can pick up Black?
Okay.
The kind of more of a scat back, but he has power. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That would be a good not change of pace, but someone that could, you know what I'm saying, come in and take a load off of Genty if need be. Or Mike Washington, you know what I'm saying? Someone who's a bigger back, but can help you out in goal line situations or whatever it may be. You want to deploy him, so there's a lot of options there at running back. A lot of options.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. I mean, like I said, lots to be excited about, lots for everybody to be like thinking in their heads about. And I'm sure there'll be more shows about this. I think it was just exciting that we got to finally see who the head coach is, and now we'll get to see who everybody else will be.
Yeah,
right?
Bring in everybody. Let's see what the other coaches is, because I think that's the other thing too. I think with Kubiak, my personal opinion is I think Kubiak is going to be better based on who's around him.
Right.
I don't think it's a one-man band with him.
We're gonna find out, man. We're gonna find out. But yeah, it's been a little over an hour. Thanks, guys, for sticking around.
Definitely.
I know Twan's gonna do more of this stuff. Like I said, I'll as we're getting closer to the draft, I'll be on more of the Raider shows. But been doing the boxing talk a lot lately on all the different channels. Boxing is hot right now, so if you guys ever want to watch it for free, just get Paramount Plus. and UFC and boxing is all for free on Paramount Plus right now. So that's if you're looking for your Sundays to be filled, Twan, just so that you know that there is no football, but there is boxing on Paramount Plus for absolutely free. so yeah,
I think that's a good move for them, for the sport too.
Yeah. Now they've been filling it out every weekend. The weekend before the Super Bowl, there was back-to-back fights. It was crazy. There were so many fights, man. It was insane. So yeah, I definitely think that it's a good move. So we'll see. But in the meantime, again, man, always a pleasure to be with you, Twan. Definitely lots of things to have a conversation about. I think you need to think about us doing the prediction show again, so that I can say we're only going to win 4 games. that one.
No, hey, trust me, I will. When we get to that point, I will bring the band together. But I was just kind of defeated and was like, there's no way we're going to recap what we said.
Well,
that was horrible.
I came the closest. I'm pretty sure I came the closest. Yeah.
You did.
Oh yeah, that was pretty funny.
We was playing a Price is Right, you know what I'm saying? You would be the closest bidder. You know what I'm saying? You would be the closest bidder. $0, you know what I'm saying? $1. $1.
Oh man.
Hey, sometimes you gotta allow some of this stuff off, man.
Yeah. No, that's for sure.
Thank you for coming in, man. You already know, you know, the floor is always open for you over here with Raider Twuan in the congregation, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Hope you guys enjoyed it and enjoyed the replay for sure. And I know you're gonna cut a bunch of shorts out of this, so definitely that.
All right, man.
Thanks, guys.
Welcome to the dark side.
Going up.
Hey, you guys already know how it is. Hey, we about to wrap this up. Thanks to you guys for coming in. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We are on our way to that good old 1K. So definitely hit that subscribe button if you have not. You know what I'm saying? If you're watching this on replay, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, definitely hit that like button and subscribe. Also, because if you are watching it on replay, you can always put your comments down in the comment section, put your questions down in the comment section, put your Raider gospel down in the comment section on everything that we talked about, whatever you're thinking about, put that down in the comment section. I do read those and I do reply to those. So if you ever send a message, you know what I'm saying, if you ever you know, are commenting after the show, you know what I'm saying, I read those and I'm the one that replies to them. So you ain't getting nobody else but me. And you'll get my Raider gospel if you ask a question in the comment section. That's what I do. Also, you guys already know here, if you guys want a little motivation, a little daily motivation text message, you know what I'm saying, to help you get through the day, text the word connect to 510-345-1060. Or I'm sorry, I'm over closing my eyes. 150-345-1660. Okay. 1-510-345-1660. Okay. Text the word connect to that number. Then you'll get onto the text on a daily. Okay. And you'll get that to your channel. Also, here, if you want to be a financial blessing to the channel, this is how you can do a super chat. This is how you can super fund Raider Twuan in the congregation. Is Venmo at Twuan, okay? And also Cash App $Twuan, okay? That is how you do that. Get active, you know what I'm saying? Put $5 on it, put $1 on it. You know what I'm saying? All of that goes back to the channel. And eventually when we get super chats, I will be doing monthly not only monthly giveaways, but I'll also be doing monthly charity giveaways. So off of what we get on the super chat. So definitely this is a safe place to contribute to the cause. All right. And you guys already know here at Raider Twuan, we are advocates for being an organ donor. So please, please, please be an organ donor. Okay. That information is always down in the description of all my videos and all my lives. Okay. Also, if you need prayer for you or your family members, hit me up on IG at TwuanTwuan, TWUAN, TWUAN. Okay. Again, slide into my DM. Send me your prayer requests, and I will be in prayer for whatever's going on in your life. Remember, whatever's going on in your life is between me, you, and the Lord. I don't put your business out there in the street, and you don't have to worry about me going to TMZ on whatever's going on in your life. The only thing that I will be doing is praying for whatever it is that you may be in need of, because that's what I do, and that's how I care for each and every one of you guys and show my love for each and every one of you guys. So definitely go ahead and do that. Make sure you hit that like button.
Fucking Stizan. Twuan, hey Twuan, hit that like button. Why? Because I like you.
Yeah, go ahead and hit that like button. Why? Because I like you. And also, remember, you're a blessing. Be a blessing to someone else. And we got a head coach. Let's go. Wait, let me do that again. Let's go. Raiders.
What up, hello?
Today is a day when our heroes of the past become our legends of the future. Time never really stops for the great ones. We wrap them in a cloak of immortality and remember what great people they were. We recognize you, Virginia Man, his sons Mike and Joey. They were a football family, so that John could pursue his dreams.
To Raider Twuan and a tribute to John Madden and Al Davis. We declare that the fire that burns the brightest in the Raiders organization is the will to win. Ladies and gentlemen, the Madden family.
All of those great Raider players have played for
Hey, Raider Twuan here. You must watch one of my videos or lives. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and it's right there. Or if you want to watch one of my videos, watch it right there. And let's go, Raiders.